Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley Noel. I'm coming at you with another video today. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 favorite products that I've really been enjoying during this kind of downtime that we've had over the past few months. So these are all sort of wellness, health related products, things that like I said, I've really been enjoying and using quite a bit. Before we get into it, I just want to remind you to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, if you're enjoying this video and other ones like it, and also to hit that little notification bell so that every time I post something you're notified and you never miss out. So without further ado, my top 10 favorite wellness products that I've had over the past few months. I can't wait to share them with you. Alright, so this first product that I'm going to be sharing with you all is kind of a multi-purpose thing, and that is coconut oil. So lots of different ways that you can use it. I have been loving this not only for eating it, but also using it on my skin and on my hair as well. Like I said, it's a really nice package deal. I personally, my favorite thing to do with coconut oil in terms of eating it is to use it as sort of like the butter replacement in my pan when I'm scrambling eggs. So if I'm ever having scrambled eggs, I like to heat up the coconut oil first, let that kind of get the pan greased, and then I'll throw the scrambled eggs in there. And then as you stir the eggs through the pan, then you're also eating the oil as well. And there's a lot of different health benefits to coconut oil, the chain of fatty acids. I don't really know the science behind this, but essentially it's healthy fats. It's fats that you want to have. Also has a very low melting point, so you don't have to wait a very long time for it to heat up in the pan, which I think is kind of cool. I've also been a big fan of using it on my skin, so I've been kind of trying to transition a little bit to some more natural ways to moisturize my skin, and I find that coconut oil is one of the best ways to moisturize your legs, your hands, anything. If you find that it's a little bit too greasy, you can kind of blend regular lotion with it if that's what you want to do. I've certainly done that before. So yeah, coconut oil all around. This type that I have is cold pressed and unrefined, also non-GMO and organic, which is super important as well. So yeah, coconut oil gets 2 thumbs up for me. I definitely see myself incorporating this in my, food and my moisturizing routine for a while to come. So yes. Alright, so the second product that I have is also something that is skincare related, and this is probably the best thing that I could find to the real thing, and that is aloe vera gel. So just to kind of clarify, this isn't like the banana boat aloe vera that you would use after you're, out in the sun and you have sunburn. This is pretty much as close as you could get to pure aloe vera gel. Now, the only reason that I am showing you this and that I use this is because with the situation of everything right now, it's been a little bit more challenging to find the actual plant when I go to the store. So I've been sticking with this, which is the closest thing. But ideally, and what I did before, the whole situation we're in of the lockdown and whatnot, I would take the real aloe vera plant and I would put that on my skin, and I noticed that it has cleared up my skin tremendously. It's been such a game changer. I've really been trying to veer myself away from some of the harsher products that we tend to use on our face, especially. I do have very sensitive skin, so I've noticed that aloe vera gel has been hugely helpful for that. Not to mention, it's summertime now, so the sun is always shining. I like to spend time outdoors, and this is a great way to help alleviate sunburn, and you don't have to worry about all the chemicals and other kind of additives and scents that are added to, some of those mainstream aloe brands. But yeah, aloe you can also use for a hair mask, lots of different things. I personally haven't done that. Like I said, a little goes a long way too. I can't stress that enough. This jar has lasted me such a long time, and you just need like the smallest little amount, and I'm someone that tends to really be overzealous with products, so that's saying a lot coming from me. But yeah, I've absolutely loved this. You can find this on Amazon. I'm gonna try and put a link below so that if you're interested. Relatively inexpensive as well. So the final sort of skincare related product that I have is pure rose water. So again, like I said, I've been kind of trying to transition away from some of the harsher things that we use on our skin. I was somebody who used prescription acne medication for years and years and years, and I definitely want to veer away from that a little bit and sort of lean into some more natural things. I mean, I know that this isn't, as totally natural as you could get, but this is Rosewater facial spray, and there's lots of different brands out there of this. I'm pretty sure this is from TJ Maxx actually. and the smell is amazing. It smells beautiful. I do feel like you could use this for a lot of different things. You could kind of use it as a toner. I personally like to use this right after I wash my face. I'll just kind of spray a little bit on, and it's very refreshing. I do think that it also helps with turning down the redness and sort of like the angriness in your skin a little bit, and it's just like a very soothing effect as well. So I'm a really big fan of this. I haven't been using it for long, but I do think that it's helping a little bit with my skin tone, and like I said, dialing back on that redness, and it just feels really nice. And this is 100% pure, so like I said, no additives, no other kind of funky things that are added to it. Again, if you are interested, I will try to find a link to wherever this is available, but again, the closer to the real thing, the better. That's kind of been my motto these days, especially when it comes to skincare. So I'm still sort of really transitioning for that. I, do definitely use a lot of products still that are very much not totally natural, especially, when it comes to hair and makeup and things like that. But just little things I am trying to transition to, just to kind of, be a little bit more mindful of what I'm putting on my face. So we're gonna kind of switch or shift gears a little bit now into some food related things that I've really been enjoying, and this is something that I've used way before this quarantine even started, and this is greens powder. So this is Greens Superfood. It's 2 full servings of fruits and veggies. So essentially what this is, it's a really concentrated greens powder that kind of gives you your dose of daily greens, and it's a really great micronutrient boost. I do notice that when I have this, very regularly, that my skin actually starts to kind of glow a little bit more, and it looks a little bit more vibrant. And again, it's because it's chock full of nutrients. So I usually like to add this to my smoothie in the morning. So I'll have, I'll put in a frozen banana. My protein, I'll add a scoop of this, and the protein that I use is already blended and liquefied, so I don't have to add, almond milk or any kind of milk like that. And once you put it in the blender, you really don't taste it that much. I have to be honest. It tastes pretty fine to me. It's not something that's super in your face or super strong. And yeah, you get a really hefty dose of extra vitamins. I still like to eat, obviously, fruits and vegetables during my day, but I do feel like I get a nice little boost of all kinds of good things in here. This is also something that I got on Amazon. I think everything that I'm talking about today you can find on Amazon. But yeah, also this has lasted a very long time. This tub, it's huge, so it actually says there's about 60 servings per container. So yeah, you do the math there. The next thing I'm going to talk about is kind of a dual thing. This is the protein that I've really been enjoying at the moment, and that is Premier Protein Caramel flavor. I'm a really big fan of the macros on this. So the breakdown, it's 30 grams of protein. It is only 1 gram of sugar, and it's 160 calories. So for me, that's pretty good. I do know that this may not be the most natural protein. I used to drink Vega protein quite a bit, but I've noticed that lately I've just been kind of liking the taste of this one, especially because I've had such a craving for iced coffees lately, and that, that flavor of like creamy sweet iced coffee, and I'm trying to be a little bit healthier with that and, make it something that's at least I get a little bit more out of. And so what I'll do is I will use this caramel protein as the creamer, the milk, whatever you want to call it, in iced coffee, and it tastes really good. So I'll just put my coffee in, put a bunch of ice, put this in, and it tastes like a caramel iced coffee. Honestly, it's really tasty. And I use this in my smoothies in the morning as well. I've also been a really big fan of the vanilla flavor. Again, you can find this on Amazon. And yeah, I've just really been enjoying it and kind of switching it up, because I was using Vega protein. Even though I'm not vegan, I was using that protein for a very long time, and I think it was just getting a little monotonous for me that I was just having the same kind of smoothie every day. So I usually will alternate. I'll do this most days of the week, and I'll kind of try to switch between the two. But yes, I'm a big fan of the flavor of this. For those of you that are sensitive to artificial sweeteners out there, you're probably not going to enjoy this too much. Just a little bit of a heads up. Throw this in the fridge and shake it up, and it's pretty tasty. So the next thing that I want to talk about, and something that I absolutely love and adore, is bedtime tea. Now, this specific tea is called 99 Extra, and it has valerian in it. For those of you that don't know, valerian is a very powerful plant that kind of promotes sleep, relaxation, makes you tired, all of that stuff. I will say that this particular flavor of tea, valerian, has a bit of an off-putting taste to it, to be honest. It's like not the tastiest, and it kind of smells like not the best. So this one is fine. I would recommend this. The one that I really enjoy is the Yogi Bedtime tea, which I'm currently out of right now. But the Yogi Bedtime tea is my favorite, and it also has valerian in it, but it has a way smaller amount, and I still feel the effects of that. But this, I've noticed, has helped with my sleep score. So if you don't know what that means, like your Fitbit can track your sleep score and how much time you're spending in each sort of stage of sleep. And I've noticed that when I drink either valerian tea before bed or a mix of chamomile, other kinds of things that sort of help you fall asleep, it definitely makes a difference. I probably sound like a grandma. I know some people like to unwind, you know, with a glass of wine or whatever it might be, and that's totally fine. For me, I really enjoy like having my cup of tea at night before I go to bed. It's like my little ritual for myself. So yes, nighttime tea, if you're struggling to fall asleep, I would highly recommend investing in some nighttime tea. Find a flavor that you like, find something that tastes good to you, that's enjoyable to you, and that you think sort of something that you would want to have before bed. But yeah, do your research beforehand. Research valerian, see if it's something you'd be interested in. The Yogi brand one, like I said, has a little bit less valerian in it, so it's not going to hit you as hard in terms of like really relaxing you, but you'll still definitely reap those benefits. The next thing that I have was a gift that was given to me, and this is Smokeless Sage Mist. So for those of you that are interested in sort of, you know, cleansing your space, if you burn sage, at least for me sometimes, I do find the smell to be a little bit abrasive and, you know, not the most enjoyable thing to smell, but I do like to every now and then cleanse my house with sage, burn sage, just to energetically cleanse the space. But this is great because you don't have to actually burn the sage. This is Smokeless Sage Mist, so you're still going to get the benefits of energetically kind of cleansing your space, spiritually protecting your space. So I have been a huge fan of this. I actually really enjoy the way that it smells. It's a very clean smell, and you do still get that sage, obviously, because it's in there, but it kind of eliminates that gritty smokiness that happens when you physically burn it. And another way that I like to use this sage spray is to cleanse my healing crystals. So if you're somebody who's a fan of healing crystals, there's lots of different ways that you can cleanse them. You can, you know, put them under moonlight to cleanse them. You can do whatever you want, put them in moon water, whatever it might be that you enjoy. But I personally like to also add the sage mist into the cleansing part. Just make sure whatever crystals you're putting it on aren't going to be affected by putting liquid on them. But yeah, I've been a really huge fan of this. I love the way that it smells, and yeah, you get all the benefits without the smoky stink. The next thing that I have to share with you is a beach read that I have been loving, and that is The Mindful Day by Laurie J. Cameron. And it is how to find focus, calm, and joy from morning to evening. So this is a self-help book, but it's something that I've really enjoyed because I think that it kind of very much boils down how to incorporate mindful practices into your life in a way that's like easy to digest, easy to understand. And it is a really nice reminder of how important it is to keep those practices going in your day-to-day and to really formulate them as a habit, because if I'm being completely honest, this whole lockdown has gotten to me, as I'm sure it has to all of you, right? It's been a hard time, and I definitely lost sight of a lot of the mindfulness tools that I had been incorporating and I had been doing so well at you know, doing every day. And I was just, you know, I was getting so anxious and, you know, afraid and upset at the state of the world and everything, and lost sight of everything that was kind of keeping me in line. So this book kind of just fell in my lap, literally, at just the right time when I really needed that pick-me-up and I was really starting to veer away from everything that was kind of helping me stay balanced. This gives you some great tips for meditation. It talks about a lot of different types of meditation, so there's a lot of different ways you can meditate. One way might be good for your friend, but the next way, you know, might not be so good for them, and it might be really good for you. So I would highly recommend this book. I'm about 3/4 of the way through right now, and I've absolutely loved it so far, and it's been really uplifting, and it's been a nice little reminder of just the little things, guys, that we can do to make a difference in terms of how we perceive our reality and how we stay in control of our stress and our hectic lives and the things that happen around us. So yes, highly, highly recommend this book. I'm pretty sure you can find this on Amazon as well. The next thing that I have is not something that I'm going to be able to show you right now, but that is the app Calm. And I've raved about this in so many other videos because it's something that is so much a part of my daily, nightly routine. I absolutely love it. So basically, Calm is a nice little app that totally encompasses all things mindfulness, meditation, checking in with yourself, sleep stories. I could go on and on and on about how much I love that app. So I've been a really big fan of their sleep stories lately, and I'll see if I can kind of put up a video of scrolling through the app and what they have to offer. But there's all different kinds of sleep stories. They have nonfiction ones, they have fairy tale type fantasy ones. If you have children, they have bedtime stories for kids as well. They have loads and loads and loads of guided meditations. Great place to start if you're really looking to get into it and you don't even know where to begin. They have soundscapes, so sometimes when I'm trying to fall asleep at night, I like to just listen to the sound of, you know, rain on leaves, and it's a very soothing sound. Or they have crickets or, you know, ocean waves, all different kinds of sounds to choose from. You can log how you're feeling that day, and it's such a great tool for gaining that sense of inner peace. And I've noticed that when I use Calm consistently, so basically when I meditate consistently, I also use Calm usually in tandem with that my resting heart rate almost always goes down. So there's always a correlation between your stress levels and your resting heart rate, I do believe. And so when you're a little bit more in control of that stress, your resting heart rate comes down. I can't rave about it enough. It's my favorite app. I think has been my favorite app of probably the year so far. It's really, really good. I really love it. And I'll leave a link to that down below. And the last thing that I have is my spin bike. So I found a spin bike on Amazon probably pretty early on into when everything started. I think it was maybe back in end of March, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna get it. Screw it, I'm gonna get it. And for those of you that don't know, I am a certified spin instructor, so once everything kind of shut down, I was really missing being on the bike and being able to kind of get that, you know, killer workout in and all that. And it's been such a game changer. I do feel like indoor cycling or, you know, spin bikes are such good cross training for those of you that are interested in running. I think it's helped with my endurance so much. Like, I never used to be a runner, and when I started doing spin very regularly, I noticed that it made longer distance runs that much easier for me, and all of a sudden I was like, whoa, like, I didn't know I could run this much. It's really good cross training for those of you that are interested in running. And vice versa, for those of you that are huge, you know, Peloton users, whatever, go for a run outside. If you've been doing those classes consistently, I guarantee you that your endurance when you're running is probably going to be a lot more than you ever thought it could have been. So my spin bike has been another huge thing that I have loved and adored, and it's been a great workout for me. Can't rave about it enough. Alright, so that is it for my favorite products of the past few months related to mindfulness and kind of just healthy well-being as a whole. You know, these are things that I have really been enjoying and loving and using on a day-to-day basis, and I think some of you guys might enjoy them as well. So again, I would give, you know, 2 thumbs up, 5 stars to everything that I've spoken about today. And like I said, I wouldn't be sitting here talking about it if I wasn't a fan of it. So that is all I have for you today. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends if you want. And I'm sending so much love and light and positive energy your way, and I'm hoping that you have the absolute best day, the best month, the best year, the best everything. Adios, and I will see you next time.